Ladies and gentlemen, it is finally time to crown a champion. The 2023 GT3 Masters Championship comes to a conclusion here this evening. We are looking live at a circuit that is just fitting to end a championship. We are live here in Spain. This is Jerez, a track most infamous for many endings to certain championships, mainly Formula One, and its epic conclusions, including the likes of 1997, where it was that hairpin that decided it all. You didn't hit the right part, Michael. Jacques Villeneuve and Schumacher side by side into the hairpin, and it was right there that decided the championship. This track, very historic as well. Of course, not used by F1 anymore, but now a track used by MotoGP and a lot of other local racing. But it is now time for Jerez to host Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club's 4th round. It is the finale. It is Dylan Morante versus Luca Andretti. Double points on the line, so even drivers outside that top two could easily steal the spotlight from him. But who's it gonna be? Dylan versus Luca. Will Luca win his 2nd title? Or will Dylan complete his 1st of the year and putting himself in a race of champions? He just needs 2nd if Luca finishes 1st to qualify, but can he at least win it this time around? We are 13 minutes away from qualifying, where we're gonna decide this grid. Let's get this party started here at Jerez. Clear skies here at Jerez this afternoon. The weather is just wonderful. And as the drivers in these GT3 cars come around here, this is the final time they'll be riding with them for a while. And I am so excited to see this conclusion of this championship. Who is going to take the title? Can Dylan pull it off? He's leading the championship, but with double points on the line, he is still under threat. Can Luca Andretti in the Ferrari take it to the BMW? We're gonna have to find out later today. 10 minutes left to go before we get into official qualifying. Many drivers still entering into the fray. Can't wait to see how this turns out. We have the likes of Michael Leonard out here in the Mercedes, Alex Viano in the pits right now in the BMW, and we have this man making his return. This is Marlon Young. If you haven't heard of Marlon Young, this is X-Play star driver. Martin Webster was holding it down for many weeks, but it's now time for Marlon to make his grand return out here in Jerez. We're gonna see how he does, but right now, slowly getting up to grips with the car. He's doing a 141, just needs to get in that 37. He slides the car a bit. We're gonna see how he does moving into qualifying. Many other drivers we're still gonna be waiting for. Let's check out those live timing sheets over here. And there we see CO Polar as well in there. Let's go take a look at the other chart here in just a moment's time. I think we can get that popped up. Actually, I don't think we can at the moment, but I can read to you our drivers who have been putting in many hours into this track. Fortunately, won't be seeing the likes of Klaus Klint and Mike Van Dorn, but we should be seeing them out next time. So we have the likes of Luca Andretti, Rule Pratap, CO Polar. We have Alex, Klaus, Martin Webster, Tavar Clark, Curtis Gregory, Cole Bradbury, Anderson Baiano, Marlon Young, Brandon Smith, just to make a few. And Daniel Tabit is saying, pull in for this guy right here. He is in the Lamborghini, and I know he's a very quick driver himself, but I think this time around, the Lamborghini might have a bit of issues coming out of pit lane. They're still working on it. We'll see if he can come out for qualifying. But taking a look at this man, this man's been struggling all week trying to get the car up to grip, up to temperature, up to racing speed. He's only doing 37s with the fastest times in the 35s. He's gonna have to do a lot of work, and there you see the main man, his rival, shall say, who's a second faster than him. It's this man in the blue and green Ferrari 296 GT3. This is the Swiss Superman known as Luca Andretti. He's already won the NASCAR Cup Series and has qualified himself into the Race of Champions. But can he take another title, being the first driver of 2023 to win 2 championships? We're gonna have to find out very shortly. With 7 minutes left to go, we take a look at Andretti as he's already 2/10 faster in the first sector, trying to get into the 35s. We follow him very close up on top in the drone camera. If you guys want to get into the conversation or support us, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and it'll allow us to grow and continue to become one of the fastest growing and best places to race. This is Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club, racing every Saturdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the action is only just about to begin. If you're now tuning in, welcome. Grab something to eat, get yourself something to drink, sit comfy, and get ready for the storm. And fortunately, Daniel, yeah, I wish you could be here. You are third in the championship. It would have been amazing to see what you can do out here in Jerez. But 8 drivers into the session now. Still waiting for many more to come through. This is definitely going to be a race of the ages out here. Mandatory pit window. 45 minutes of action-packed racing as we see Moranti going off once again. Still trying to tame the BMW. And there we see we do have some cameras on the BMW here. There's the rear view camera. Hopefully we will be seeing another repeat of Luca versus Dylan. Of course, we saw their first encounter at Willow Springs, the second round. With an absence from Luca in the third. It didn't help Dylan's case where he couldn't capitalize as he slides the BMW, saves it. No, he doesn't, into the wall. He's gonna take that car straight into pit road. Just our main two rivals we're gonna be looking at out here. And there we see Dylan saying, gonna come back stronger for Lime Rock. Most important championship points at play there. That is included, yes. We are, however, debating if we can get an event done next week. So far on our calendars, we have not put out a race just yet. And it's looking to be another off week for CMRSC to get prepared for our next championship. Remember, mark your calendars, guys. August 13th. That is going to be the start of our new series. You do not want to miss out on that week at all. As we see Michael Leonard in the Mercedes AMG GT3 Evo going fastest. The Mercedes were so dominant out at Spa in the very first round. They couldn't beat out Moranti. But they look back and stronger than ever. They brought the F-grade kit. They put everything into this one last campaign here for this GT3 championship. And we're going to see how the Mercedes does. But Leonard is a very quick driver, as Marlon Young is finding out the hard way as he slides that Ferrari. They go side by side onto the straight now. Trying to see where he is. There he is ahead of him. The Mercedes so strong on the straights. Marlon locking it up, still getting to grips with the 296. Of course, his first rodeo around here in this car in Assetto Corsa. As his fellow competitor is actually a tenth quicker, wants Marlon to probably get out the way, but they make contact with each other. Oh, man. And I hope no hard feelings are there with both the drivers, but poor Marlon just trying to get up to grips with the car, and Luca kind of just bulldozing his way through. Luckily, no penalties here in practice, but just respect for all the drivers, I'm sure. That's one quick apology, and then we get back on the way. After all, it is practice. So just correcting myself. Let me just check if I'm right. Sorry, yeah, August 12th, not August 13th. August 12th will be, well, August 19th will be the new championship. August 12th will be Lime Rock, and hopefully we're going to be getting an announcement there of what our next series is. Of course, August 5th next week, we're looking to look for an off week. However, if we can, we're going to let you guys know over on the social media side if we can get a race done this coming Saturday. And that'll be Lime Rock, and then we can get August 13th going for our new championship. If not, we'll push it down to the 19th. But 3 more to go before we get to Race of Champions. We have 3 more championships to go through. Unannounced, but ready to go. And then it is our Fable Race of Champions beginning in November. Oh, as we see Luca and Jerez running through the wall and teleporting out. Oh, he's going for a flight. This is your captain speaking. Air Luca has taken off, and he has gone off to America to start off his practice at Lime Rock. I have no idea where that man went, but I guess he does not want to be here for longer. I'm sure that's just a quick reconnect, and I'll get back into the session, unless that's me. I don't think it is. I think we are good. Here's the Brazilian of Anderson Baiano, making his debut, I believe, in the Indy 500 Virtual. Great race for him to begin his career here. We're going to see what he does. Oh, Marlon Young hard into the wall. You know what? Jerez really biting a lot of these drivers. It's going to be very interesting to see once we get up to racing speed what happens. Let's join into a race chat.
60 FPS cap.
Hello?
The game crash. Not good.
Let's make sure we can get the drivers.
I'm not really too sure. I'm not the biggest computer nerd.
Yeah. I put it down to 60 hertz.
Can anybody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Alright, cool. And it says I'm in the server, so it's good because last time I got kicked as soon as I joined, so.
I'm
But yeah,
just
just a
riffing this
restart, see
BMW.
I'm fine.
Where's everyone at? No one's here today.
My
Yeah,
game
it's weird. I'm hitting
crashes.
60 FPS for once playing with you guys, which normally never happens.
Ow!
But once with less cars, my game crashes. I don't know why.
Yeah, trying to figure out where everyone is either.
Where's Danny at?
I know he can't. I was just dropped off home to commentate.
What about Lance? Anything from him?
No, not from memory, Justin. However, we'll see.
Mic check.
All good.
You're good.
Yeah, we will see. In the event we still do have 9, I know a way to spice things up.
That doesn't sound. I mean, that sounds scary more than.
Sounds
anything.
fantastic. All right, hopefully we can get everyone into the session here. We're gonna keep it a 45-minute race, though. I don't think there's any point in changing it down to like 30 or so. Anyways, yeah, so final qualifying session for the championship. So pole is going to be 2 points, so double points now. Every point matters. And yeah, big track, a lot nicer track to run around here. And there's a lot of space, so shouldn't be too difficult finding space unlike last week.
Someone got the hiccups.
Probably to my fuel before I forget. Figure out my fuel.
And the drivers setting up their last bits of their strategy.
Yeah, just saying, my game has crashed twice now in the last 20 minutes. Earlier when I joined, it was fine. So
Do you want
I
to
don't
do
know.
a PC restart?
I mean,
it's 10
not
minutes.
gonna really change.
You don't think so?
I don't think it's gonna change anything because it runs fine. Maybe the graphics card is being too cold because that could also
Cold?
be an issue. Yeah. Is if the graphics card is cold, it won't run as well.
Well, you guys know everything you got to do for qualifying, so have a good session out there. Luke, if you do want to try restarting or anything like that, you're free to do so. You got 10 minutes.
Alright, sure. I'll see if it does anything now.
Yeah, but I would just say better to do it early. All right, so qualifying is underway for the final time.
Okay, I'll do that. Just in case.
And we're going to see what the drivers can do out here as they all slowly start to trickle out of pit lane. I think they're actually all out of pit lane now. Should be. One last guy left. I think that might be CO. All right, so with all the drivers out on the track, we can get this one underway. And there's all the drivers making their way around. I think the first man out is the Mercedes of Michael Leonard. We're gonna see how he does out here. Trying to catch up to him. There he is. As he comes around the hairpin. Bit of a lockup. Let's go on board and let's take a tour around here at Jerez. So, coming across the start-finish line now as we go under that little tunnel-y bridge thing. Breaking down into second gear, getting it hooked into the inside curve, using all the exit curb. The best part about using the Mercedes, as it is just a fiend using all the curb it can. Front engine, it can take a beating as we go up the hill slowly. Fourth gear, a bit of a lift now. Using that exit curb, and now we climb up the hill once again. We're going to shift it down into third gear. All good. Fourth gear now, 190, 200 kilometers now down the straight, coming into the hairpin, braking, looking for the 100-meter marker, down into second gear. down in the first 80 kilometers, back down on the power using that traction control. As we go down the hill, you want to take it flat out if you got the confidence, the cojones, and Leonard does. Braking now down. This is a more of an awkward kind of corner. You want to hug the inside in third gear, revving it out into fourth gear now, breaking it down now. This is the double right-hander, very tricky to get done. The first one you want to swing it wide, and then the second one you want to hook it in much dearly as, oh, Leonard just slides the Mercedes, but he gets it underway. Two more fast right-handers to go. The first one you want to take a little bit slower, but the second one you can take with a lot more aggression. Misses the apex, however, comes into the final hairpin. Braking down into first gear now, getting it hooked onto the inside curve, using the outside curve, 140, 50, 60, 70 kilometers as he climbs through the front straight. That's going to be his first time, and the drivers are going to have to fight for a 135.781. The next driver to come across the line is CO Polar. As he comes across, he cannot. That's going to be an invalid time. We're going to have to see what he can do after that. The next driver now, it is Anderson Baiano. Baiano now hard on the brakes as he comes around the final corner in the BMW. The Brazilian now onto the front straight. Can he take down that first time of a 135.7? He comes across the line. No, he cannot. He's gonna have to go around for another try. Martin Webster in the Ferrari to come across the line to start another lap. He goes up with a 137.5. Still a little bit of work to do. Curtis Gregory, our next Ferrari in the Slush Racing Team car. Around the final corner, he's about to enter. There he goes. Already time is a ticking. 5 minutes and 35 seconds left to go. Oh, wow, no, he's ruined the lap going into the gravel. And he's gonna have to go for maybe 2 more laps, as that's just gonna impede his current one. Around the final corner, here comes the returning Marlon Young. Can he make an impression, making his grand return here in qualifying? He's gonna come flying across the line. Let's see what he does. He's gonna go up to P5, 216, still working on it well. Our last 2 drivers here to come across the line is Luca and Jerez. Exiting pits, looks like. Yes, it is. Here is our Valhalla main man. Klaus is going to be cheering this guy on all the way. Around the last couple of corners, coming into the hairpin. As times are coming across the board really quick now. Here comes Moranti. Across the line, P7 turns into P2. It's a 36.3. So still a bit of work to do, but he's getting that time under. And last but not least, it is this man. I don't think he's come across the line just yet. So let's take a look back at Michael Leonard now. Coming through the last couple of corners, P4 Martin Webster. Can he improve on that 37? He's purple in the third. Purple meaning you're faster than all the other drivers around you here today. But he still can't hook up the first 2 sectors. His teammate, Marlon Young, trying to fly through. Looking fast, I will say, as he's now about to approach the hairpin now. Final corner for Marlon Young. Looks beautiful. And he's going to go across the line. 216 turns into a 39.7. A couple cars behind him coming across. Luca is now going to start his flyer. We're going to stay on board with him for this one. This comes around turn 1 using a lot of the exit curb. He clips some of that gravel on the side. Remember, Luca's going to need every point he can. He needs this pole position, especially if he wants to take home this championship. Going up the hill now. Down the hill, they descend into the hairpin. There you see just up ahead the Mercedes and the Ferrari going side by side with each other, essentially impeding each other on times. Luca really needs to get this one down. Oh, Mercedes struck in on the curb, but he gets it going clean now. Around the next couple of corners here. Looks pretty good so far. He's got a couple more corners to navigate, Luca Andretti. And we're gonna see how he does. As he comes around the final couple of corners here, taking the hard left-hander, the hairpin now. He doesn't have a time yet. Can Luca Andretti put a good time on the board? Can he push down any of the top drivers? Yes, he can. A 35.9 takes down Moranti. And Dylan now is going to have to respond against his championship rival. As they are on the back straight now. CO, 3 seconds off in the first sector. Gonna need a lot more to handle this one. Comes across the line. No, cannot be done there. Next driver to come across is Curtis Gregory, currently sitting in last position. As he has the hairpin now to navigate. Oh, into the gravel once again. And it's that pesky final corner that's just going to ruin it out for him. 251, he still can't get any improvements this time around. And just like that, 1 minute is left. And Martin Webster sets it into the pits. P5 looks good for him. That's going to be disqualifying complete. 30 seconds left to go. Our top 3 drivers, Luca, Leonard, Moranti. Here comes Luca. Oh, and he takes pole! He takes provisional pole from Michael Leonard! Wow! And there you see Leonard is improving as well, but 2/10 quicker. Oh, and Leonard spins it! And that's disqualifying done! Luca Andretti needs every point he can. The checkered flag is out. And this just got interesting. Luca Andretti takes provisional pole. Can Dylan Moranti do anything about it? He's 7/10 off in the first sector. It's not looking good. BMW currently stunned right now at what the Ferrari is doing. They can't get the strategy right in F1, but in GT3 they can get it done! Can Moranti do it? He's 4/10 off once more! CO Webster comes across the line. Gregory finally gets a time down to a 39.5. All eyes are on this man. Can he at least put down Leonard? Can he start on the front row? No, he doesn't. He's going to take it into the pits. That is it. That's it. It's done. He takes a donut just for good measure. Hopefully practicing for this championship's end. But wow, Marlon Young, Baiano still left to come across the line. Can any of them probably get into the top 3, top 5 maybe? Here comes Baiano across the line. No, he doesn't. Cannot get it done there. Marlon Young last to come across the line. Comes around the hairpin now. Can he do it? Pushing down even his teammate in the same car, on the same team, across the line. Yes, he can get one down, and he can see his teammate on another row ahead of him. Martin Webster and Marlon Young just behind each other. That was a great qualifying. Don't think Baiano is on a lap anymore, but that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it. Luca Andretti takes pole position. And 2 points are gonna go to him. 2 very, very important points are gonna go to the championship contender, the man in P2. We're gonna hope that this pays off. Like I said, he needs every point he can obtain in this race, in this championship. He wasn't able to get any points done over the week, but Dylan was not able to get any done either. So we're gonna see. If he can do it. And we're gonna do our best to do the points live as we watch these guys go around here. But I think as Anderson comes around the final corner, is he gonna have a valid time across the line? I'm not too sure, but we're gonna see anyways. Coming across now. No, he doesn't. Yeah, no, I think it's just not registering the checkered flag for him, but that is qualifying complete. All right, wonderful qualifying there. Congratulations to your top three, Luca Andretta, Michael Leonard, and Dylan Moranti. As qualifying comes to an end now, we'll see you guys on the grid. Make sure you guys have your strategies sorted, set up, and ready to go. Now, this is going to be very
Is anything
interesting.
mandatory for the pit stop, or is it just like a mandatory pit stop?
Tire change.
Tires? Okay.
We're doing a standing start, right?
Correct.
Nice.
A roll and start. You can take your time.
Now, this is going to be very interesting here. Gonna see what these guys can do.
Luca, good luck.
Thanks. You too.
Don't have too good of a race.
The problem is with my monitor now, I set it down from 120 hertz. I sometimes have tiny stutters. They're not bad, but
That sucks.
All right, as you guys are looking through the your setups and all that, we have a special announcement for this championship. So, due to a bit of a low attendance for this final round, we have one last twist. In the final 10 minutes of this race, so 10 minutes after the pit window closes, 10 minutes go in this race, competition caution.
Will the pits be open?
Pits will be open, but remember, you have to take your tire change in the pit window.
I see.
But yeah, competition caution for you guys at 10 minutes left to go in the race. I was looking for my wheel spin, sadly couldn't find it in time, but we have settled on 10 minutes left to go. So if this race stays green till the end, it won't be. You guys are going to have one final sprint to decide this one. Courtesy of Michael Massey. Minute and 34 seconds left to go. This is your time to make sure all your setup and everything is good to go. We see everyone in the Discord voice chat, so we have no problems there. Final race. Let's have a good one. Let's have a clean one, most importantly. Let's keep it fair. And double points on the line. So, here we go. A minute and 10 seconds. Jerez finale. This is the Spanish Grand Prix. And it is next.
yeah, good luck, everyone.
This is it. This is the end. Luca on pole, Michael Leonard second, Dylan Moranti third, Theo Polar fourth, Martin Webster fifth, Marlon Young sixth, Curtis Gregory seventh, Anderson Baiano eighth. 8 cars to take the grid in our shortest race ever in this championship. 45 minutes, a competition caution with 10 to go, and the lights are on. Let's do this. Sound it off, boys! Let's do this one, and let's make it proud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights for the final time. We go racing here at Jerez. Great start from Luca Andretta. The BMW trying to follow in the Mercedes on the outside. Side by side going into turn 1. Luca's got the whole shot. Moranti shoots up into second. Both of the X-Plane drivers lock up going side by side. And let's get this one underway as they go through the first of many hairpins here at Jerez, and they get this one clean and going racing. Here we go, boys. Let's have a good one out here, and Moretti is not going to let off on the pressure under Luca Andretta. This is it. This is down to these two men here, and if Moretti wants to get the move done, you got to get it done early. As he's got pressure coming from both sides, and check it out, hard dive bomb coming from the South Korean driver. CO putting it onto the inside, side by side with him. Can't get the move done. Already under pressure from Michael Leonard in the Mercedes. Martin Webster putting some pressure on the inside. Contact is made just slightly. Rubbing door to door. They keep it racing. Ignore the penalty on the top. And this one's already looking exciting. Luke has to run for his life. He doesn't have the straight line advantage. That's the most important part. Martin Webster now, side by side. Leonard's smart to back off there. It's just not possible to get a move done. And Andretta is already trying to open up the gap. Hard on the brakes now into the first hairpin. We're going to do all the points calculations in a moment. As Leonard goes off. Here come the two Ferraris. But this one, Curtis Gregory looking a lot more racy out here. Marlin defending the inside. Curtis is going to take a swoop around the outside. Switchback of dreams. Not just yet. Gets onto the exit curb. And he's got the fight for another round. Great start from these guys out here. Anderson just trailing behind. These guys have a pit window to go through, but it is not to worry as this race is not going to be a runaway. Moretti, can he save it? Just about. Here comes Sio in the Lamborghini now. Gonna have another chance at getting this P2 out here. Into the slipstream, looking to the outside. Heavy onto the brakes. Is it too much? Gets it slowed down in time. Side by side through the hairpin. Contact just slightly. Sio gets back on the track. Sio now's going to have to look for another move to be done here. Moretti fighting for his life. And we're going to tell you in a moment if he can finish in second and still win this championship. But so far, he's under pressure right now, and those tires are going to get overheated very quickly. Oh, both of them going off track, following each other, but it's Moretti a little bit slower off corner exit, but Sio is going to have to back off this time around. There you see the other battle behind them of Leonard and Martin Webster. Anything can happen with these top guys here. Of course, our battle for the podium positions. Into the slipstream, now the Lamborghini goes, pulls to the outside. Polar now, can he swoop it around the outside, getting the move done, still side by side. There you see Martin Webster forcing the Mercedes off wide. Sio still trying to put it down, can't get it done, contact in the back. Virtual safety car deployed, virtual safety car deployed, no overtaking, no overtaking. So, Luca, let's slow that down to 80 kilometers, 80 kilometers. And our first caution coming out for the day. Contact between Michael Leonard
that was uncalled for.
And Martin Webster. And Martin Webster not happy about that. It's just not been his championship all season long. Showing his disapproval, but he gets the caution out. And we're going to be going on this lap on the front straight. So we're going to keep you down to 80 kilometers. Luca, 80 kilometers. We're going to be going green this time around on the front straight. So a quick cleanup by our marshals here. As all the drivers warming up their tires. This is good for Moretti, as this time around he can get the jump. And potentially put some pressure on Andretta. But we are going to have to find out in due time. As they come around the next couple of corners. Tensions are building. The first 6 minutes of this race has already given us some action-packed racing. All right, you are under race control's direction until when the green flag is dropped. Once the green is dropped, overtaking and racing may resume. Get ready. And thank you guys so much for the support in the chat as we are about to go racing right now. Green flag, green flag. Here we go. Pulling out to the first turn now. CO is going to dive it onto the inside. Luca locking up. A lot of side-by-side action going on. They enter the first hairpin. CO now gets the move officially done, and he's going for the lead. CO now side-by-side with our championship and race leader. In the background, there you can see the other drivers battling for position. He loses out. Moranti now could also have a chance up there. Looks to the outside. CO in that Lamborghini looking very strong out here. Can CO look for his first win in his championship in his CMRSC career as they come to the hairpin now? Lock up inside. Switch back. Lucas still gets the move done on him. And he's fighting hard. CO really trying to get this move done now. Can't get it. He has to remember not to fall in the clutches of Moranti. The Lamborghini has the legs to keep this one alive, but he has to watch out. Oh, contact looks like no. Dylan has to avoid. Oh, and he's getting bullied now. All cars going past him. Oh, and he spins it. Hits the wall just slightly on the rear end. No. Moranti shuffling down to last position. The worst thing he could ever get in this championship. But luckily for him, he's not that far. 1.5 seconds behind. And all the drivers ahead are battling for position greatly now. Curtis Gregory on the inside, switching it, trying to get on. Martin Webster. Side by side into one now. Very close together. Oh my God, Marlon Young off the track.
Marlon. Oh, sorry, man.
You guys look good. You guys look good. So Marlon almost having the worst rejoin. I was about to kill Moranti's championship hopes and dreams. Almost an unsafe rejoin, but I think it was just a fair little accident for him. We're not going to penalize him for that one. Martin Webster doing his best to keep the drivers behind him now, but one thing's for certain, this battle for the race lead is heating up. And what a fight this is. Oh, as CO goes a little bit wide. Here comes the Mercedes now on the inside. Oh, contact is made. Both of them off the track. Michael a little too heavy on the dive. CO's gonna get that position back. All right, let's just watch the aggression. Just watch the aggression out there. CO running a little bit off the track there. Race director just stepping out there for a moment. Moranti doing very well to climb back through the field now as Curtis Gregory, he overtakes to go up into 5th position. But it's this man, Luca Andretta, who's out home free for the time being. On the rear camera now, CO Polar defends against the Mercedes. Can he get a dive onto the inside, though? Does he send it? No. CO's gonna have a little bit of a compromise exit out here. Both of them follow in right behind each other. Marlon Young, another spin for him. Luckily for the Guyanese, there's going to be a competition caution with 10 minutes to go. So he doesn't have to worry. None of these guys have to worry. They just have to be in a perfect position come that time. But we keep it racing out here. And hard onto the brakes now is Michael Leonard, looking for a move still on the Lamborghini of CO, currently in a career best right now. A career best position if he finishes P2. But this is very early to call right now. It doesn't matter how many laps you lead. It only matters if you lead the last one. Here comes Moranti now. One thing that I hope Dylan had learned from Tsukuba is take a notebook from Lance Nassir. You need patience. You can't hustle it, because the more you hustle, the more you're prone to an incident. The more you're prone to an incident, it's going to ruin your race. Dylan found it out the hard way in Tsukuba. I hope he has done his good meditation coming into Jerez now. As so far in P5, he's slowly cutting through the pack. Hayden saying, honorary member, CO Polar. Well, he's doing you guys very proud. Two very great battles to watch. This, of course, is our battle for P4. And behind them, our battle for P6 as Anderson fights on. And this is our battle for P2, our podium position fighters, slowing each other down. Basically, everyone's got a partner except for Marlon and Luca to fight with. A lot of guys keeping it clean out here. That's what we love to see. But the X-Play driver, Martin Webster, is not going to let up. Good hairpin from Moranti as he still tries to hustle. A tenth the difference between Michael Leonard and CO. CO hangs it around the outside. Can he hold on? Look how much steering input he has to put into the Lamborghini. But on the outside is the Mercedes. Oh, a little too much. They're still side by side. Michael now has to concede the position this time around. CO closes the door on him. Leonard now first of the two right-handers. Oh, CO runs off! And the position swap! CO falls behind the Mercedes. Oh, very deep into the hairpin. And that's allowed these two guys to catch up. What a battle we're witnessing here in the finale. This is what Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club is all about. Despite having one of the least amount of drivers in this championship, they're still giving us a show. Moranti now looking for a way to get past Martin Webster in the pesky Ferrari. Cannot get it done. Martin's having the race of his life right now. He hopes to God he doesn't get taken out. Side by side, Baiano Curtis. Baiano bullying out Curtis. And the move is done just like that. As we look back here now, CO's got a lot of work to do to catch up, and the pit lane is about to be open. Oh my goodness, we're gonna see when strategy comes into play. Here comes Dylan onto the inside. Ferrari gets BMW. Slight bit of nudging from the two drivers, but Dylan successfully gets the move done on the Ferrari, and he can continue his hunt to get back at Luca and Shredder. And what a championship fight this is. We're not gonna learn till the very end who's gonna win it. But I can give you some insight. I think we're gonna tell it a second. No, into the gravel. Once again, a lot of the drivers getting caught out. It's not Michael Leonard. Michael Leonard in the gravel. Contact 3 wide.
Pushing me off like that.
And Dylan Moranti off the track. And I don't know what I just witnessed, but I think I'll be able to sum it up. Michael Leonard.
Shove me off the road whenever you want.
And no, Michael was rejoining. And that caused Martin Webster to react like that. And Moranti's fight has been put on pause once more.
Super early on the inside.
Yeah, you were fine. It's just the Martin and Dylan were side by side with each other when you did rejoin, so it was very tight. Unfortunately, contact did happen. Let's keep it racing, though. Oh, Martin Webster!
Wow.
That is a dive bomb. That is a crazy, crazy dive bomb. Cannot get his braking point matched. Pit window is open. 10 minutes. You must make your pit stop in this 10-minute pit window. Tire change is mandatory. So, pits are open. 13-second gap to the drivers behind Luca Andretti as Moranti making his way back up the field once more. Man, just unlucky from the Valhalla driver, but the fellow BMW of Baiano lets him go this time around. He knows that they're just basically cousins in that car. And there we see our first driver coming into the pits. I think that's Webster. Yes, it is. Now Martin Webster is going to take the mightiest undercut. And we're going to see if it plays out later on in this race. He has lost out a bit of time out here. And there we see Curtis Gregory now side by side with Baiano once more. These two guys just cannot get enough of each other as they fight close to each other. However, back up the order, these two guys, no matter what, they're still fighting. Oh, and contact is made! Both drivers off! Both drivers off the track!
I don't know.
Are you kidding me? And here comes Moranti! Oh my goodness! This is not only feeding into Luca's time, but Moranti is having another bit of luck! Side by side, and both of them bounced off. We'll review that after the race. Between Michael and Sia. After the race, we'll review it. So, now that was chaotic. It was only a matter of time before that one took a turn for the wrong. And oh, wow, did it do so? But wow, did it favor Dylan? Every driver is still close to each other. This is insane. And now Dylan is going to have another shot at fighting against P2. Are you kidding me? Looking in the background now, here comes Curtis. Hold on, what is that? Sio enters the pits, the second driver to make his stop. We're going to find out where he comes out against this man, Martin Webster, considering, and I hope he hasn't made a mistake on his outlap. And we're going to see how he matches up against Sio, as this man is very quick, fighting up for position. Here comes Marlon Young, who desperately needs that caution to come out sooner than later. 17 minutes he has to wait, just 17. But back up the order now. These guys are really giving us a show out here. As we look in the background, with all the action going on, it's allowed Luca Andretti to pull away more and more. And there we see exiting pits, Sio just loses out against Martin Webster, so the undercut might actually pull off. However, for how long can Martin Webster hold off for? But at least we know the drivers who make their early pit stops might have a better chance keeping their cars ahead. And I think these top guys need to know that as soon as possible. No sign of Luca entering pit road. Remember, if the drivers don't take their pit stop in this 6-minute window now, they are going to receive a disqualification for not taking their pit stop. Sliding that Mercedes, though, is Michael Leonard. And there you see how bruised up that car is as it tries to pull away now. Here comes Curtis Gregory in for his stop. 35.8, 36.0. Moranti currently sitting P3. If Luca were to win this race, his points total will jump and skyrocket up to 125. Now keep that number in mind, guys, as we are calculating now what would happen if Moranti were to finish where he is right now. So, here is all the information you need to know about this championship. Dylan needs to finish third or higher to win this championship. Luca needs to win this race, but where Dylan is right now, he is still able to win this championship. He needs third. He needs third position. Luca needs to win this race. By far, he needs to win this race as he enters pit road. Dylan needs just third. If he gets third across the line, he is your champion by 3 points. And if a penalty were to come out from Michael Leonard, then who knows? But I think it was Sio that did cause that incident. But as Luca enters into the pits, he better hope that no caution comes out. We're going to see how the other guys do in the background, but he did have a huge gap. And here he goes, exiting pit road now. P4, Anderson Baiano is going to run right past him now. Where are your other drivers? Oh, Sio just off the track. But here is now your new race leader, Michael Leonard, followed by Dylan Moranti. Now these two guys need to have a great in lap as 3 minutes and 40 seconds are left to go. As we're just doing a couple more calculations on our side here, making sure we have this championship right for you guys. So yeah, Moranti needs to score. He needs to score third or higher. And here comes our new race leader into the pits. And Moranti is going to follow suit. These guys cannot ruin their pit stops out here. This is a very important moment for the championship. Luca and Ferrari were able to have a flawless stop. It's very important that these guys have a very quick stop as well. Because now both Leonard and Luca have now passed these two guys who are still sitting in pit road. And wow, this is just the waiting game. Here he comes. Where's Michael? Does he come out? Does he come out? Yes, he does now. Probably filling up on a bit more fuel coming into the end of this. Where's Webster? Here he comes. Both of them file out of pit road safely now. Final reminder, you have to take your mandatory pit stop here. You have 1 minute and 40. That means tire change. If you haven't already, will be disqualified. Keep in mind, this race is not over for any of you. That competition caution still looms with 10 minutes left to go in that race. So 1 minute and 25 left to go. And there we see Baiano is holding up. Luca and Jerez is Team BMW working together well. I mean, this is going to help the cause just a little bit. Baiano can do his best, but he needs to pit this time around. So Luca's going to be home free, and I hope he knows that, not to just dive him on the inside, that's for sure. But Baiano is going to come in this time around, and Luca is going to regain his lead, not really losing that much time. And the hunt is back on. Can Baiano inch ahead of Moranti? Keeping him in that third place spot. Or, oh no, he's missed his box. He's missed his box, yep. Oh, he's still backing up. Oh, trouble for the Brazilian, no. He gets it going now into pit road. And that is trouble for Anderson Baiano. And Moranti now is gonna be very happy with that, as he's now in a very confident spot to win this championship. Anderson now comes out of pits, a very slow stop for him. He's even gonna lose out to Gregory now. And Sio gets a drive-through for cutting the track, using too much, way too much track limits, extending it. This track is very, very sensitive, just like Austria we saw in Formula 1. But Sio This is a huge shame for the South Korean driver. Luckily for him, and like I tell everyone now, this race ain't over yet till it's done, and that competition caution is going to help everyone out at the end. They cannot quit out now. But as it stands, that is another threat of Dylan gone, because as we know, Dylan was really struggling against the Lamborghini of CEO. So we're really going to have to see if Polar can climb back into this championship picture. And fastest lap going for Luca Andretta as he continues to dominate this race. 9 minutes to go before that Fable comp caution. And it's really going to decide this one. It's going to be the main deciding factor. We're going to have to find out shortly. If you guys have any questions in the chat, do let me know. But as it stands right now, Moranti is still going to win this championship. If he finishes in second, remember, he needs at least third. CO is in for his penalty. I thought it was a drive-through. Was it a stop and go? We're going to have to find out in just a moment. But I'm pretty positive it's supposed to be a drive-through penalty. I hope he's taking that correctly, though. I'm just going to double check for him. So, CO, just a word on you. If you went into the pits just now to change your tires or get any repairs or or stop in your pit box, you didn't take your penalty correctly. Just make sure that's not on your screen anymore, bugging you and saying you have to do that, because it is a drive-through penalty that you have to do. It's a drive-through penalty, not a stop and go.
Just a heads up rule, your mic doesn't sound the greatest.
I thought it was my game lagging.
Nah, it's just his mic.
I'll check on that. Using too much! Just making sure we look good on there.
And the bit rate go brr.
I think it should be good now for you guys.
Yeah, it's a lot
Sounds
better.
good.
Alright. So, just giving the friendly heads up to CO, so he hopefully doesn't get disqualified. Does he enter pits again, or has he served that penalty? So remember, CO, drive through, so you just drive into to the very end, and then your game will tell you that you've taken the penalty. So just going to make sure that CO does get his penalty correctly done this time around, and I think we're going to see a notification. All right, there we go. You're confirmed now. You are good to go, CO. No more penalties.
Wait for me.
Marlon Young trying to get in a bit of action as Polar's not too far ahead. Marlon's going to have to charge very hard, but he's going to get his wish come true in about 6 minutes' time. As the storm calms down for just a moment, the heavy clouds are just going to settle in very, very shortly. Michael Leonard now is really putting the pressure on Moranti. We're going to take a look at the times now, but the Mercedes has really climbed on. That BMW across the line now. Check out those times. Wow. 3 seconds. Yeah, Moranti must have made a mistake. Because now the fight for P2 is on, and that is a little bit uneasy if you're Moranti, especially with 5 minutes before this competition caution. You want to be in the best position, especially to fight Luca Andretta. And Marlon Young, spins it into the grass. Gets back out on track. Oh, here comes Luca, though. I think that shouldn't be much trouble as Marlon
My game
does
cracked.
past him. Oh no! Can you try to jump back in?
I'm trying.
Oh no, Martin
But
Webster.
I think I know.
Well, it's not just me that my game crashed earlier.
If you could try to get that fixed and you're only like 1 or 2 laps down, we'll give you the laps back.
I'm coming back in.
All right. Yeah, as soon as you get back in, get back on the track. Martin Webster, issues for him.
How many minutes left?
4 minutes until the competition caution. Yep, you're back in. Now that is very, very unfortunate for...
Oh no.
And is it good for him now? I think from that you might be 1 lap down, but when the caution comes out, I'll let you know if you have to overtake it and come around.
Roger that. Understood.
And so that is a huge shame for Martin Webster as these two guys and their battle is heating up. Apologies for not watching this battle all the way through, but as the race director as well, we have to make sure everything is spick and span. But I think we are coming in at the best part as both drivers hunting. Very good, the crossovers between each other now. Now, here comes Dylan on the rear end of the Mercedes, but Leonard gets the move done, though, in the hairpin. Oh, and he slides it. Oh, just about saves it. That's what happens when you don't use traction control, ladies and gentlemen. You are dancing with the devil. But I think, just looking at Martin's telemetry, that he should be fine. Not being a lap down. But Michael Leonard has got the move done. And now thought has to set in on Moranti that you need to finish third. You cannot let Curtis or any of the drivers behind you overtake you, or that's your championship done. 2 minutes left to go. Can Moranti at least get the move back on the Mercedes? Because if he doesn't, that's trouble. That is going to be a huge issue now. Unfortunately, TJ Tavar is not joining us for this race. I believe he is a bit busy, but he did give us the good luck sign. But I promise you, he will be back for our next championship. I think he will like that one a lot. I think it's going to be a fan favorite of everyone. He'll be back soon, though. As the driver's now catching up to, I think, Marlon Young. Yes, it is Marlon. Oh, no, 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 no. What has happened? I think he's just dipped a tire off the track. And he's now stuck in the gravel. Can he at least get the wheels rolling? That's the most important part. Keep the car rolling. And I think he should be fine onto the track. There's his teammate. And I don't think he's a lap down because there you see... Yeah, he looks fine. Oh, and both Marlon and Martin. Oh, I think Marlon is just letting him go there. Yeah, Marlon realized he's struggling a little bit more than his fellow teammate who had a bit of engine issues, we'll call it. But 42 seconds until the caution comes out and then all hell breaks loose. TJ, we're going to be going back very, very soon. I will say stay tuned to our social media and our Discord. Our Discord is where you always will get the #1 updates. If you don't have Discord yourself or you don't fancy joining us if you don't want to race, you're more of a spectator yourself, follow our Instagram. We post all our updates live. And that is where you're going to find our next championships, and especially when we are going to be going back to Dover, because we will. Don't you worry. 8, 7... 6, 5, 4, competition caution, 3, 2, 1. Competition caution is out. So, Luke, I'm going to need you to slow that pace down. Let's get it down to 50 until we can get some cars behind you. Then we'll pick up the pace.
All right.
Where's he
Can I
at?
get the drive by, right?
It looks like you're not a lap down, but yeah.
I think I'm a lap down.
Actually, yeah, I think you and Marlon might be the only two, so yeah, we'll let you by.
Where's Luke at?
Coming to the hairpin.
Okay.
Final hairpin. So, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where our championship is decided. All right, second and third, slow that pace down. Second and third, slow that pace down. All right, Luca, let's just keep that pace the same way. We have a bit of catching up to do for all the rest of the drivers. I think Luca is honking his horn. Oh, whoa, what has happened to Marlon Young? I think he might have spun it once again. The Ferrari prone to its tires being overheated. So, Martin, you can overtake those cars ahead of you. You can overtake those cars ahead of you.
Understood.
All right, Marlon, you are approaching the leaders up ahead. You are free to overtake them, and come around.
Copy.
From fourth place down, you guys are on the lead laps. You are now just slotting behind the leaders. So we're going to keep pits closed for the end of this one. Pits are closed for this caution. Here we go. This is it.
What's the nice way to say I may not have put enough fuel in the car?
All pits are open.
Thing is, I don't know how much fuel I'm down because for some reason it's giving to me in minutes and not laps.
Curtis, I
So-
need you.
Do you have enough minutes?
That's the thing. The pit stop adding is in minutes, but my laps left is what I'm actually getting right now.
Oh.
So fuel in the tank is in laps, but adding
You
is
can-
in minutes.
You
So.
can save some under this pace and just pick it in, just coast.
Yeah, I'm in the 6th right now, so that's
I
what
need
I'm
you-
trying to do.
I need you in the 4th. Don't leave me.
All right, so we have done the calculations on this championship. Dylan, you need third or higher to win this championship. And Luca, you need to win this race. Luca, you need to win this race. Dylan, you need third or higher to win this championship. If you fall down to fourth, you will be losing out by 3 points.
Curtis.
So beg to Curtis that he doesn't pass you.
Curtis.
You see my pace today? It's not there. So, in terms of me, you're fine.
To the X-Play drivers, they're on the back straight. They're on the back straight. So you guys are catching up to them very quickly.
Should we go up to 80 or?
Not yet, not yet.
All right.
Still have a little bit.
Here we go. Yes, you can, TJ. You are free to join the Discord even if you're not racing. You are free to join into the community. Make sure you do say your first and last name if you do want to chat with all our drivers and all that.
Am I on the lead lap now?
Yes, you are.
I don't think so. It's showing up.
Yeah, it says you are on my screen.
No, it says you are. Don't worry. You're 7/10 behind the driver ahead.
No, I'm 94 seconds behind the driver ahead.
It'll update when you cross the line.
Oh,
Yeah, because from our side, it's showing you're fine. We're going to go green on this lap. Marlon, as soon as you pass that corner, you're going to see all the drivers ahead, so just be wary. All right, pick that pace up to 80. 5-minute sprint to decide this championship.
yeah, but I'm getting blue flag from Marlon.
Yeah, like I said, I think once you cross the line, you should be fine. I think it's going to fix itself. 80 kilometers. Get ready for the restart. You're under my race direction. Let's have a clean one now. Here we go. This is it. This is where our championship gets decided. Dylan needs third or higher, and Luca needs to win this race. Here we go. As the drivers enter the final corner. Bunch up, single file, bunch up. Close together, close together. Green flag, green flag. Here we go. This is it. Luca not getting the best of starts out there. The BMW in the background side by side with Curtis is going to lock up there. Both of the drivers contact with Dylan Moretti. Dylan now falling down the order side by side. Martin Webster contact. All right, yellow flag, yellow flag. Virtual safety car deployed. Virtual safety car deployed.
I'm still getting blue flags.
On our screen, you're second place. You're fine. I think you should. I think you should just keep on with it. You look good. We're gonna go green on this following straight. On this following straight. Single file, guys. Single file.
2.17 laps.
Can you tow me along, please? Please and thank you.
Just a word of advice going into this hairpin: don't try a move. It might be better to just try to stick behind, because you might get some chaos here and we're running out of time. Get ready for the restart. Green flag, green flag. Here we go, take 2 of this restart. Moretti gets the jump, back into 3rd position. Martin Webster following behind Luca Andretta. They all go into the hairpin. Contact is made. Michael Leonard up in there. Can they keep it clean? Just about. Moretti, Webster, they look good. Leonard now onto the inside. Dylan can't afford to lose this position. He sticks up ahead just about. Trackside now. We look at these 2 drivers going in the background there. Marlon Young already DNFing. That is our first retirement. Hopefully our last one of this championship. Here comes Michael, putting all the pressure down. There'll be no more cautions from this point on. We stay green to the end. No more cautions. Green till the end. Leonard on the inside. Door-to-door action. Michael gets the move. Curtis and Seal are off. Both of them out of contention for any more spots. Who knows, though? Martin Webster's up there. Low. Dylan Moretti hugging the inside. All right, guys, let's watch the aggression. Watch the aggression. Dylan now really hustling the BMW now. Both of these guys very feisty. He knows his championship is just 1 Mercedes away from getting it done. They have to stay cool. 2 minutes and 1 lap to do it. Luca is looking fine out there, and he cannot afford to lose against Martin Webster, because if Martin takes this win, that's going to be trouble for his championship. Now the drivers split up now. And it's a race for attrition now. 1:45 to go in this championship. All eyes are on this man. It's like 2008 all over again. That's like Lewis Hamilton chasing down the position he needs after losing it out just 2 laps earlier in that Interlagos Grand Prix. And we're seeing it again right here. Moretti desperately needs this position, and maybe, just maybe, as a racing driver in this position, I've been in this position before, although miracles you will need, you gotta look at the drivers ahead. There you see Martin Webster is getting closed up against this man, Michael Leonard. Dylan needs to hope that these 2 guys fight hard and slow each other down, because they are 2 laps to go from this championship coming to an end. Dylan needs these guys to give each other trouble, but not to take each other out. That's the most important part. 2 to go. Michael Leonard now hot on the Ferrari's heels. Martin has not had any luck all season, and finally he finds himself in P2. Keep an eye on these timing charts here. Baiano drive through for cutting. That's going to be his race over Curtis in the pits. Side by side, Martin Webster. Can he get the move done? No, he can't. Hard on the brakes, locking up. Contact is made. Both drivers, one spins around. Is that what he needed? Moretti miraculously gets this position. Webster fights a little too hard than he can.
I was gonna give it to you, Dylan.
That wasn't me.
Dylan, however, still has 2 more laps to navigate. but he's back in title contention! Luca feeling like Massa on that day in 08. He's just a passenger in that Ferrari. He's got to win this race to give himself the maximum chance of winning this one. The only man that can stop him is CO Polar. White flag, the final lap in this championship. Can CO put any pressure on Dylan Moranti? Can he do it? Oh my goodness. It's come down to this. And what a championship this has become! Wow, as they come up to the very end of this one, I don't see CO improving that much against these guys. Can Dylan hold off? Can the miracle work come true? One final time. We look at this man though, Luca Andretti. What a race he has run! He's been dominant all race long here at Jerez. As they come down to the very end. There he goes. Final couple of corners for him. He is going to finish off this championship in style. 125 points are gonna go to this man. Luca Andretti wins at Jerez, but it is this man, Dylan Moranti. He sold the odds. He's got it done. He wins the championship by 3 points. Moranti is your champion. Wow. Just wow. Dylan Moranti, you have taken the championship by 3 points. You are our 2023 GT3 Masters champion. How do you feel?
That was a roller coaster of a race.
Oh my God! Take us through it, man. How was it?
I don't know. I got a really good start. And I honestly don't remember what happened originally, but it caused me to fall back. A few incidents. I know I did get loose, but this car was a handful to drive all race. Luckily, I managed to bring it home in P3, which is where I need it. And it was an amazing drive from Luca. Definitely deserved to win after all that chaos. But yeah, it was a good race.
Take us through those emotions. The final restart, you were essentially facing your own defeat there at the end, falling behind, sliding the car. How did you feel in that moment?
I mean, I knew that once I fell back with that turn 1 incident, I knew I was had the pace to catch up back to where I need to be. And then luckily Martin and Michael got into each other and I took advantage of it.
And what a race that was, coming to the very end. You needed that 3rd place and you got it. Congratulations, you're our champion.
Thank you.
And you are now our next driver to qualify for Race of Champions as well. Wonderful job. Up in P2 there, Michael Leonard. Wow. You got to be driver of the day after that one. You have put the pressure on every single person you raced against. Michael, man, how do you feel?
I mean, you know, last race, I knew elbows were going to be out. I mean, that was definitely a fun drive. Hats off to Luca. Yeah, that was a fun race. Probably that one and Willow Springs were 2 of my favorites for sure.
For sure, man. You have definitely left this race on a high note. especially coming into the next couple of races we have, especially coming into IMSA as well in our new championship. You are definitely one of our next hot prodigies here. We're so happy to have you. Are we going to see you in the future here at CMRSC?
Yeah, definitely.
For sure, man. Congratulations on a stellar P2 performance. And yeah, we're going to calculate the points and we're going to see how you do in the total standings. But as for now, congratulations. Great podium for you.
Thanks, guys.
And finally, last but not least, our race winner, Luca and Dreda. You've done everything you could. You were so dominant out here. You won out here in Jerez. It wasn't enough for the championship, but that still was one of your best drives, that's for sure. Take us through it.
Yeah, it was a good start. I overfueled the car a bit, but I mean, I had quite good pace, so it wasn't that big of a deal. And I mean, we had the competition caution, and I mean, that was quite scary with everyone just scrambling to get a position in the last 5 minutes. But I squeezed through, and then I just pushed on and built a gap, and then crossed the line. And for the championship, I mean, I had a bad start in the first race. The second race went better at Willow with the race win. I was quite close with Dylan. He almost got it, but he lost out, sadly. Missed the third race, and here we are.
Rolly can't hear you.
I can see him talking, but
Can you hear me there?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
No, I can hear you.
Oh, oops. All right. Yeah, all I was saying, you still got to be proud of yourself for coming to the very end here. I mean, 3 rounds and only losing the championship out by 3 points. It must hurt a little bit, but you still got to be proud of yourself. You're a very, very fast driver, Luca, and that was just a stellar performance from you. And yeah, I just want to say a massive congratulations, especially the fact that you've really pulled this championship back together. You almost had it done, but not quite yet. Any last words you want to say?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Rest in peace. Dylan,
Rest in peace, my life.
Dylan, I'll give the floor one last time to you. Any shout-outs you want to make at home for this championship win?
No, not really. But I just want to thank Clouds for the amazing setups all season, and let's try to get another one next championship.
Yes, sir. I believe I think I was corrected in our chat here. Yep, our next championship will be August 19th. No trailer, no nothing just yet for you guys. You're gonna have to wait a little bit longer. As for now, we're gonna be taking a 1-week break. However, keep on the Discord. Keep checking our social media pages. That might change. We will let you guys know as soon as possible, but as for now, we're going to be taking a 1-week break. However, Lime Rock and IMSA is going to return for a round before we get into our new series, which I think you guys are going to enjoy a lot.
Are you gonna put it up on the server?
Lime Rock, yes, as soon as the stream is over.
Open wheels, eye emoji.
We shall see. No hints. As for now, though, we say goodbye to Jerez. Thank you guys for an amazing championship. We started off rocky, I'll admit, at Spa, but we managed to get it all down. Everyone looked a lot better, and we got GT3 racing a lot better to the very end and had one of our closest championships to seal it off. We're going to say goodbye to the stream, and I'll come back here to talk to you guys. Anyone here still left in the Discord, you're free to leave. Have a good rest of your week. Wow. What a race. What a race that was. Just wow. To the very end, Dylan Moranti wins it for the Vikings with just 3 points to spare. What a championship that was. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and take it in. 9 drivers. Only 9. And we are able to give you guys one of the best shows we got out here. We are going to come back way stronger, however, with our brand new series, as well as IMSA coming up very soon. That's a very big fan favorite. You're going to see a lot more drivers on track. Just imagine if we had double the numbers out here. Who would have guessed what would have happened? But we already had chaos here with 9 drivers, all hungry, eager to win this race, eager to get some positive positions out here. I just can't wait for the next chapter. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for tuning in to this championship, to tuning into our broadcast here this evening. We say goodbye to Jerez. In 2 weeks' time, we go to Lime Rock Park down back in North America. And then it is time for our next championship. Please stay tuned to our social media pages. You can find that in the links in the description down below. Our Instagram, our Facebook, our TikTok. And if you want to get in on racing yourself, join the Discord, also in the description and pinned in the live chat. That's going to do it out here for today. I'm going to let the trailer play out one last time as our GT3 cinematic showcasing this one just a month ago. But that's going to do it for us here today. As for now, we're going to see you in 2 weeks' time. We say goodbye from Jerez. My name is Rahul Nishay from Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club, signing out.